All right, how is it going, everyone? So today we're going to go over the three highest cash ROI agents that you should and can install in your coaching, consulting, or B2B Saas. So any business where you're generating leads, name, emails, phone numbers, you're calling them, and you're closing them over the phone, then this is kind of where it's ideal. And that's also where I've experience in. And it's the reason why I've called it high cash ROIs, because I'm basically taking the manual workflows that have actually worked and I work for us every single day. And you'll see one, the third one that we're doing now is called a testimonial distributor. And this is making us a lot of money, like right now, manually. And we're converting that over into a AI workflow. So, if like I said there, right, if you're going to spend time building these AI workflows, it might as well be the ones that make you money every single day. Now, this is not in a comprehensive list. Like there's other ones to do with emails, like responding to emails fast using AI, which is something I'm doing as well. And there's many other ones, but I've just put three simple ones, especially for people running ads. So this is specifically if you're running ads, it's pretty powerful. Or if you're getting a lot of inbound leads from other places. So one thing we want to look at is we want to look at what are some database ones that actually work. And by database, I mean actually generating revenue. So the easiest way is, what are the ones that actually generate revenue right now? So let's look at the first one, which is the full stack AI Facebook ads and Google Ads agent, right? So specifically analyzing the metrics on a daily basis. So, we've been running a lot of ads for our clients for many years. And now, obviously, we're kind of, we're shifting to the AI space. And a big thing you have to do on a daily basis is look at the metrics. We use VSL tracking sheets. We use all kinds of numbers, and we have to look at them. Imagine you have 5, 10 clients. Now you have to look through all that. Even if it's just your business, looking at it every day, checking that things are on KPI, it takes a bit of time. Like not everyone really is that consistent, and I've seen this with clients. Not everyone is consistent to the point where every single day they will check the numbers, check the KPIs, track yesterday's numbers. So this is a massive task, which probably take 15, 20 minutes a day. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up, because now we're talking potentially hours a week of looking at the numbers, comparing the numbers. And once a week, of course, you want to compare the numbers and make a decision. So this can easily be done with a reporting agent. So just quickly, this is an example reporting agent that takes data from Google Ads, Facebook Ads, right, and even analytic platforms connected to them, and processes it into a report that you get every single day via Telegram or email. So, and this is just reporting. You can see how, this is very extensive, right? This is a very extensive work. This is just the reporting part. So one way to do it is, because obviously I call an agent, but this is already an agent. This is just a report. So, you kind of need an army of agents to really serve as one agent. So one model people use is like a parent, and you have like the child agents. So the parent agent would be like the big boss of the ads, or that looks at everything. And then you have these sub agents, like one reporting one, and then the second one here, the agent that will create the video ads. So video ads, review the copy, look at the copy video ads, see what's worked, and actually make it using its own APIs. So that's going to be a whole workflow of its own. So that's going to be its own thing with its own prompts and its own. So that's the whole agent in of itself, with its own triggers, right? Because it needs to trigger based on the data that it receives. And then we need a kind of like a tracking agent that also kind of optimizes things, right? So this is one that's actually going to be in the ads manager, optimizing and deleting ads, duplicating ads, making the ads, creating audiences. So this is probably going to be one of the most important ones, because it's going to take the information, look at your ad tracking, like are you using Hyros, are you using Stripe in your calendar? Who is booking? Were they qualified? If they were qualified, where did they come from, right? So it's going to look at the back-end metrics to see what was actually profitable, not just the front end, like, we got 5 leads, we got this. It's going to go deep into your business, which basically means where the money is in the Stripe account. The Hyros tracking to see the tracking code for where they came, and this is a client that's paid. And then go to the calendar, right, and also check what was the survey, all right, and also look at the ones that didn't buy. What were this? Where did they come from? And optimize based on real data. So it's not going to look at the numbers. We paid $20 per lead or $2 a lead here. It's not going to look at that. That's a pretty bad way of looking at of optimizing your ads, because you're looking at vanity metrics, you're looking at metrics that are not impacting your entire business. Now, it of course will also connect with the CRM and calendar to also increase call quality. So one thing we've noticed with some clients is we have a campaign that's generating a lot of calls, but then realize we don't want any of these calls. And it'll be specifically from one campaign I've noticed, one audience. And it will just happen randomly because you're testing your things, then all of a sudden, my client tells me, my partner tells me, hey, we're getting a lot of calls. We got a guy from prison. He just came out of prison. He's booking a call, and he just, he hasn't even started life yet. He's already booking calls, trying to buy our $5,000 program. So he was telling me, hey, you need to cut out, you need to fix what's going on. So we immediately fixed it. But now the AI ads agent will be able to look at that and look at your calendar and see, all right, these calls now that are terrible quality are coming from this new ad set. Turn it off, right? Like turn it off. And the thing about all of this, by the way, is you can add a human in the loop, which means it will still come to you before it does the final act, right? Before it turns it off or whatever, it will analyze things. So it will look at it, it will look here, it will look there, it will say, hey, John, this campaign is generating terrible leads. I can see your calendar. They're not even showing up. They're not buying. I can see Stripe. They're not buying. They're wasting our money. They come from this new campaign we bought last week. Should I turn it off and replace it with this? So it will tell you, like in a report, should I do this and this? And you can be like, yep. Or you can look at it and be like, actually, the reason they're not closing is because whatever, I've got them scheduled up for follow-ups or something like that, right? So you might have a good reason as to why they're not closing, or you might have another reason. Maybe like, I want to test it for another 7 days, for another 3 more days. So it could be whatever reason you have. So you're the human in the loop to tell the AI that, hey, do it, or do it like this, or maybe revise your strategy. Maybe the AI said, hey, we're going to launch one more campaign at $100 a day. Should we do that? Like, actually, just turn it off and leave things for now. Or maybe launch the campaign in 7 days from now. Or launch it at $200 a day. Or maybe it said, we can launch these ads or this, because you have to look at why it happened, right? So I'm asking these audiences or this audience. So whatever it is, you can give it its feedback, and it will go restart the plan, and then come back to you again, and you give it a heads up, and it does the work. I think that's the best way to have these AI, is to have a human in the loop. So it kind of goes, does the stuff, comes to you, you just say yep, and it goes out and does the work. So you get a daily report, like all the metrics, actions taken, and the future plan. So every day it will tell you, this is what's happened, this is what's going to happen, this is good, this is bad, this is the sales we made, and this is what I'm about to do. These are concerns. We've got 3 calls today, they didn't show up. What should we do? Or like it'll tell you, hey, this is what I plan to do. The AI always has some kind of plan. And the thing with all these AIs is they'll just speak to you in Slack and email like another employee. So you can just Slack them, hey, what's going on today? Once again, you get a daily report anyway. So, but maybe you had a question, hey, what's your plan this week? Once again, I feel like most of these things are on the report. But if you had any question, you can just put it into Slack or email, be like, hey, give me a report right now, or what's going on. I had a few bad leads. Where did they come from? And they can go in and check for you. So once again, human in the loop, pretty straightforward. How does this increase cash ROI? Very simple, right? It's literally spending more money on the ads that are making money. It's very straightforward. So this one's very easy to explain. Now, secondly, we have the full stack appointment setting and call confirmation agent. Now, this is the one that my agency is actually selling right now. This is the one we are 100% focused on. Now, I'm still going to build this one fully for ourselves soon. Right now, I kind of have it set up for email, cold outreach, so it's kind of doing a lot over there. But we're going to have this built soon. Right now, our main focus is, sorry, I just scrolled a bit too far. So the appointment setting voice AI, that's our 100% focus, especially to clients. I'm going to build that one internally, but I'm not going to be selling it or installing it for clients. Probably not. But this one is very simple. This one is just dialing the leads that come in. So you're replacing appointment setters. Right, lead comes in, calls them, books them into your sales team's calendar over the phone. Very, very straightforward. And it will also call leads that self-book and confirm the call. So you can basically say bye-bye to no-shows, right? There's no more no-shows now. If they can't show up, it will reschedule it. If they don't want to show up anymore, it will cancel the call. It will qualify them again on the call very quickly, right? So we'll just say, hey, or do you have a decision maker that needs to come on? Is your wife coming on? Is your business partner coming on? Have you read our PDF? Did you watch our VSL? Did you see the training video? Did you research our company? Did you do anything? Do you have the money? So whatever criteria you have that you've noticed that people typically, they don't show up, or they come to the call unprepared, they're driving while on the call. Whatever it is, you make those the key criteria, and then that's what you put in for the agent. That's what we do, right? So updating the CRM, following up with leads you didn't pick up. By the way, we already have this one built out. This one is very, very good. And maybe I'll make another video talking more about it. Let me know if you're interested, by the way. I can do in like a more in-depth video. Now, once again, these videos are going to be quite, they're going to be quite like build heavy. So, if you're not, by the way, I say this to business owners, if you're a business owner, you're an expert, don't waste your time getting into all this stuff and trying to build all, like, it's literally, if you're not, that's not, like, this is my business, like, this is my thing, so we do this. Even me, we're still hiring people. But if you're a business owner and you're like an expert in football or Amazon FBA, trying to get into building agents, it's going to take up a lot of your time. So you're better off focusing on your field of expertise and outsourcing it to someone else. But that's for another conversation. So updating the CRM with leads who didn't pick up or requested a callback or scheduled follow-ups. So we'll call them up. Hey, let's say that was a lead. He says, hey, I'm actually a bit busy right now. I'm just eating my lunch. Can you call me back? We'll tag the CRM or call them back in 5 minutes, 10 minutes next day. So I'll probably ask them, when should I call you back? And you'll call them back. For leads that don't pick up, there's many things we can do if they just do not pick up at all. Now, one thing we do as well, I should mention, we will verify the phone number before calling, so we'll make sure this number is legit. All right, so we verify the number, but if they still don't pick up, it will either send them a personalized voicemail drop. So this goes direct to the phone, voicemail drop direct to the phone. It will send them a text message. So we'll send them a text. It will send them a WhatsApp message. Right, so we kind of rotate between the three. Thing is, you don't want to overdo voicemails as well in this space. It can, it's a bit, it can be problematic if you're just sending like, a trillion voicemails. That would be probably get your number banned. So you want to be very strategic, and that's why we have strategy we follow to do it compliantly and following the law. So you want to be strategic. You want to be personalized. You don't want to overdo it. That's a big one as well. Maybe you send it once. You don't maybe send a voicemail and then send them a text, or send them a text and a voicemail, and definitely not every single time. So once again, for people who don't pick up, you do a custom strategy for them between texting, voicemail, WhatsApp, or iMessage to confirm calls. So this is also to confirm calls. So they're booked in, or send them text, hey, by the way, but this is if they didn't pick up. So let's say they didn't pick up to confirm the call. For the call confirmation agent, it will text them and tell them, hey, by the way, you're still good for the call, right? And we can set a trigger. So if they don't reply, if they don't pick up and they don't reply in text, it just cancels the call. Simple. And you might have seen this. Maybe you have data where, people book in and they don't respond to anything before the call. They never show up, in which case we'll do this process and we'll just cancel them immediately because we know they're not going to show up. And similar to the ads agent, you get a daily report, you get Slack, you get email, you get, in fact, I can show you what a report would look like. Just as an example, because, we do kind of customize a little bit for our clients, but this is like an example report. So, you're getting total leads, you're getting the response time, you're getting the sources. So was it Facebook ads, YouTube ads, organic, total calls made, what was the pickup rate, what was the average call duration, what was the qualification rate, because it will check, because it will only let qualified people book. So if you're not qualified, it will tell you, hey, sorry, you can't book. Right? So we're only letting qualified leads book into your calendar. Like if someone comes on and say, and your criteria is they have to make $20,000 a month, but they only make 5,000 or 10,000, it's not going to let them book. Literally, it will not let them book. And obviously, you do whatever your criteria is. So this many were qualified, this was disqualified, this many booked, this many was denied from booking. I will literally deny people. These were rescheduled, these were cancelled, these were confirmed. So called confirmations. Communication, this is how many texts we sent today, this is how many WhatsApps, this is how many people responded. And these are the agents that went out. We have this agent following this script, this one's doing that script, and also that voice and the accent. So we can split test scripts and accents and the call flow. Right, so maybe instead of immediately starting with this question, we started like this. This was the call duration. This is how these different ones performed. So this is just an example report, the end of day report for this. Once again, very, very simple. The way it increased ROI, it literally puts in more qualified leads. You can't then make sure they show up and they come prepared. Like you just make more money, right? So this is high cash ROI. Like we're talking. Our offer now with my partners offer now, we just keep doing 16x cash ROI, 6, 7, 8, 9x cash ROI, and the biggest one, the calling is massive, but the one that really keeps the flame going is the third one, which is the testimonial distributor agent. Now this one, no, I've not heard anyone really talk about this. And the way we do it, we pick up another 20-30% of sales every single month. Like literally, we get more clients just because we do this manually, which is now an AI workflow, right? So what is this? How do we make more sales, an extra 5K, 10K, 20K every single month? Every time my partner tells me, hey, we just got another one. We just got another one. This is after the ads are off as well. If the ads were turned off for like, a couple of days, whatever, he's still making sales. So this one watches our Telegram community. Now, this can be whatever community you have. The point is, it takes testimonials and it sends it to warm/hot leads. The leads that just came in, but they haven't booked yet. They're kind of in that stage. Or they have booked, but they haven't purchased yet. They've got a follow-up call coming. So they're in that stage. And that warm stage where they've come in and they're just sitting there, that's where all the money is. And this is why we use the testimonial distribution. So we take live testimonials. And you can even use testimonials from the past. If you've got a whole testimonial bank for the past 5 years, you can connect to that. But we just use, because we get so many ones every single day, because our offer is so good, we get so many live testimonials. It just pulls live ones out every single hour, every couple hours, and it texts them directly. Say, hey, John, testimonial. Here's John. We got another testimonial, so we'll just summarize it. So that's what we were doing manually. Sammy, if you see Sammy's interview, he's doing this manually. Even now, we made another sale the other day from this exact strategy, texting a testimonial. The guy literally says, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to go," and he purchased immediately just because of this. I can't imagine how much money is at the table just by not doing this. This one is, and if you do all three, I have no idea what to tell you. You're going to make, like, we already make 16x cash ROI just with 2 and 3. Now, obviously, number 1, we're kind of still manually doing the ads, but we have a very good strategy. I'm just taking my strategy and going to put it into the agent. So our strategy is already 10 out of 10. So we're kind of doing one, just not through the agent. But yeah, so whatever community you have, Telegram, Slack, Discord, school, you can just go in there, pluck them out, testimonial, format it, send a text. It is that simple. Send an iMessage, send a WhatsApp. And once again, if you have existing ones, testimonial bank, you can connect to that as well. So anytime you get a new lead, it just starts sending. It can send them the most relevant ones. So let's say you have a real estate agency, and you have new people, you have beginners, right? And then you have people who are more advanced, or maybe they're selling 20 houses, right? And they want to sell 30 houses, for example. I have no idea how that space works. It's an example. Let's say the person coming in, they say, actually, I want to sell my first house, or I'm a real estate. Then the AI will know to send them a testimonial of someone that just sold the first few houses, or the first house or second house, right? So it's you want to have relevant testimonials. There's no point having someone who's never sold a house before and showing them a testimony of someone who just sold 100 houses last month, right? It's completely out of context. It's great, but it's not on their level where they can just see the next step. So you always want to have relevant testimonials. You don't want to have something that's like, oh, this guy just made $1 trillion. Oh, great. What's that got to do with me? I just made $5 today, right? So you want to have a relevant one. So that's where the AI will personalize it and look at the response too. So it'll also look. So it's not going to spam them. This is the key. It doesn't spam them because people stay engaged. If you send them a good testimonial, they'll say, "Oh wow, great," and you send them another one, right? But if they don't respond, it'll probably send 2 to 3, and then it will just not send them any more at all, right? So it will just stop. But if they keep responding, it will just keep sending. But once again, we there's no spamming here. It's all compliant, right? And we add in the compliance for our clients, especially for the calling. The voice AI, there's quite a bit of compliance we have to, especially with the EU GDPR. But we have like a worldwide strategy. We're playing it super safe. And by the way, 90% of the strategy is just deleting the calls. Deleting the calls and obviously getting consent. You got to get consent. It means on the form, you gotta put in the wording. We have the wording, and obviously in the terms of service, we put it in there. It doesn't change much. You just gotta adjust it slightly, and obviously you just gotta delete the data. This is the part you can't just keep those recordings there if you record the calls. So that's a big one. You just gotta delete, just auto delete. And obviously you can't call people on the DNC list. You can't call people that don't want to be called. We don't call people after in the evenings, right? If someone comes at 1 a.m., we don't call them. So nighttime, it's off. We only call daytime. And yeah, there's a couple of things you can see in the website. If you go to my website, you'll see all the things we do. There's a bunch of them, but this is some of the main ones. You got to delete, consent, don't call at night. I mean, that one's not the worst one, calling at night, but it's just annoying. I mean, can you imagine you getting a call at 1 a.m.? It's just a bit crazy. So we keep it specifically on during the daytime. And our AI can make a lot of calls because it can call like 10, 20 people. It can call a lot of people very fast at the same time. Like, so it can call a lot of people at the same time. So yeah, so we don't need to call people at night. In any case, listens to the response, and then every week, or let's say every 5, you get a couple testimonials every week. Once again, we got a lot of testimonials because the product is so great. Every day they just keep coming in. But let's say if you get testimonials every day, right, a couple per week, it will turn into an email broadcast using AI, like a great email newsletter, and it will send it to your email list. So this is all automated. So it's all happening. Distributing testimonials, takes the best ones, makes a newsletter, transcribes it. Let's say this text, transcribes it, summarizes it, formats it, sends it to your email newsletter. It's just a money-making machine. It's crazy. Once again, it's in Slack. It gives you a report. This is how many testimonials I sent. This is replies I received. This time people booked a call because of my testimonials. And by the way, we can have these working together because let's say someone replies to testimonials and says, hey, I want to start now. I'm ready to go. Guess what? Number 2 appointment setting agent is immediately going to call them. It's because these are all connected, by the way. You can connect all of your agents. You know, we're not disconnecting them, even though they're still connected, right? We're still triggering different ones at the right time for the right reasons. And yeah, once again, we pick up a lot more sales every month just because of this. So yeah, it would be a shame if you have testimony, you're not using this, you just leave money on the table. It's so easy to set up as well. And maybe I'll do a video on, if you let me know in the description if anyone's interested in perhaps seeing like a breakdown. And once again, the community you use is going to be different. The types of testimonies you have. This bot can probably be standardized, and then maybe I can change the input, like I use in school, Discord, Slack. But most likely, the way it works is obviously you just got to take it from the Telegram, whatever group, you got to connect to the API, and you got to push it. And especially for like school, because they don't really have an API. You have to use API. Typically, you're going to push that into an Airtable, into a Google Sheet, or and then you're going to get it processed by the AI, and obviously it will connect with the leads that are coming in. So you would have the leads that are coming in to your CRM get tagged as warm leads, and typically maybe you can put a timer on it, right? So from the day they come in, they stay kind of warm for a week, maybe warm and booked, warm but hasn't booked, and then warm a hot lead. So maybe just warm and hot. So warm would be they come in but they haven't booked yet, and a hot would be they have booked a call but they haven't purchased yet because they're not a client. If they're not a client, you can keep marketing to them. Obviously, the amount of times they've been reached out to without response. So maybe like without response. So obviously you don't want to go more than 3, probably two to 3. After which you just want to stop, discontinue the automation. And then of course you gotta decide, do you want to message them on just via text and WhatsApp and iMessage and email, right? So where are your clients living? Where's the best place? Is it just like for us, we do just text. We don't even mess with WhatsApp, but it can be done. It just depends where you prefer to have it. The email broadcasting, that's very straightforward. So it just takes the best ones, plugs it in. This is just a once a week automation. And then you get your daily report. Yeah, so daily email / or Slack report with everything that it's done that day. So these are 3 automation. Let me know if you have any questions below. This is a high cash one. Once again, another one, number 4, would obviously be email and lead generation, organic. Once again, I didn't put it in because I just put 3 that are on top of my head right now. But I am kind of building my AI SDR, end-to-end, generating a lead, enriching it, personalizing the email, sending the email, replying to the email, calling the lead once they reply, booking them into the calendar, follow-ups, all as one AI agent. Maybe I'll make a video on that as well. Who knows? In any case, if you have any questions, let me know down below. There's many more you can do, of course, lead generation. But here we are assuming you're running ads, right? You're just you're putting the money into Facebook ads, they're coming in. If you have any questions, let me know below, and I'll see you shortly again.